Hey there, Warthog here. And welcome to a beginner's guide for Cyberpunk 2077. Due to the relatively recent 1.6 Edge Runners update and the upcoming 1.7 update, there has been an influx of new players coming to Cyberpunk. In this video I will be explaining all the things you need to know to thrive in Night City. Getting started with the first thing you see when starting a new playthrough is picking your background. This won't affect anything major, but depending on what you choose you get a unique intro and can get certain special dialogue options later down the line. After you choose this you enter into the character creator. The only major thing here is your body and voice type affecting who you can romance in the game. Moving on is the skills, attributes, and perks. If you are just starting off, I recommend you invest points into your weapon of preference and try to keep your build targeted towards that, as you only have a limited amount of skill and attribute points. Each attribute has multiple trees with many skills. This allows you to make your character how you want, whether that be focused on melee combat, handguns, assault rifles and SMGs, shotguns, and even quick hacks. These weapons all have different playstyles and properties. Higher caliber guns, such as revolvers and assault rifles, can pierce through cover, annihilating your enemy before they can pop out of cover to shoot back. Quick hacks are very powerful, as well as you can kill whole groups of enemies without even firing a single bullet. In the end it all depends on how you prefer to play. You can also make your build a jack of all trades, but it won't be as powerful as a dedicated one. Using that respective weapon or completing a certain action respective to that skill tree will level up the skill, giving you unique bonuses and skill points. Moving on from that, if you look at the map you will see different icons such as gigs, NCPD work, fast travel points, cybersychos, and purchasable vehicles or apartments. There are many districts and areas in Night City with different fixes and unique missions. Certain areas are more high level, so I suggest before going into a job you check the difficulty so you don't get your ass handed to you by a lowly thug with a metal pipe. These higher level jobs grant you more experience and eddies, so if you want to deal with the risks and you have a spare desk you can smash go for it. If I were you I would try to go to every side job and gig, as they can have great story and unique characters. Next thing is fast travel points. You can unlock these by simply going near them, and doing so will unlock them for later use. Although I don't recommend using these unless you are traveling across the map, as there is much you could miss if you don't. Cybersycho sightings are relatively difficult find and kill missions. Each cybersycho has unique abilities and special cyberware. These can give you really great rewards, so I suggest trying them out. While exploring Night City you probably will commit many acts of murder and robbery, granting you endless supplies of weapons and clothing. These can either be kept, sold for money to a vendor, or you have the option of dismantling them for crafting components which can be used for upgrading or crafting items. There are many mods for weapons and armor which provide bonuses that can be very helpful to your unique playstyle. Be cautious though, as these cannot be removed after you install them. Speaking of installing, Cyberware. Because being organic is overrated, you have multiple parts of the body you can modify. You can do this at a Warthog, which is located around the different districts. Some Warthogs are better than others, so when you meet him, resist the urge to hurt him. You will see what I mean when you get there. First is the frontal cortex, which affects mainly robotic things such as your hacking skills and robot killing capability. Under that you have your ocular systems. These don't have any effects except from the mods you can install into them. Next you have the circulatory system. This affects your healing capabilities, and with enough upgrades in this category you can basically become invincible. Then you have the immune system, and guess what this does? It allows you to be immune and give certain effects when you have a status effect. Crazy, right? After that you have the nervous system. This has different upgrades that allow you to slow time. Last of the left column is the integumentary system. This grants more immunities and can also increase armor. Now starting from the top of the right column you have your operating system. My favorite is Windows 10, haha. Please kill me. There are multiple types such as Berserk, which makes you Berserk, Sandevistan, which slows time, or a Cyberdeck which increases your Hackerman's capabilities. Under that is the Skeleton, which increases physical capabilities. Then you have your hands. This allows you to use smart weapons and with more proficiency. Next is the arms. There are 4 types of arms currently in the game, and they are Punch Hard Gorilla Arms, Mantis Blades that slice real good, Monowire for all you people into that sort of stuff, and the Projectile Launch System. This thing sucks. Lastly, the legs. You have 2 different options for big jumping action and one that increases movement speed and stealth. And that marks the end for Cyberware. You can become very powerful if you have the eddies to afford high quality chrome. This stuff doesn't come cheap. Speaking of cheap, you want to make money? Here is a way. You can make a good amount of dough by going around doing missions, and selling spare weapons and clothing you pick up. You can rack up large amounts of eddies just doing this. Now that you are an experienced cyber gangster and have too much cash you don't know what to do with, fear not, as there are many new cars and apartments you can blow your load of cash on. Some of the buyable cars can be faster than your current shit stain of a car, but I don't recommend tossing 50 grand plus on a car when you don't even have top of the shelf cyberware or equipment. Don't let me catch you lacking with a back leg driving a BMW. Now, finally, there, end. Now enjoy this so I can stretch out the video and get more watch time. Surely there will be a reward at the end. Smile. gibated clap.